Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mcubed Show about all things fantasy sci-fi. As always, I'm Schmerold. So let's get right into the news. So there's not that much that happened during the week, unfortunately. The only things that really stuck out to me as news. So they already started writing Witcher Season 3, which is pretty good news to hear because that means they're quite proud of The Witcher Season 2, even though it hasn't come out yet. Like, The Witcher Season 1 is like the second most viewed show on Netflix, which is pretty cool. In other news, we also have that we had confirmation that there is going to be nudity in the Lord of the Rings TV show, which I am not happy about. I'm sure Tolkien would not be happy either to hear this, because that's not what Lord of the Rings is about. They're like, you can't make Lord of the Rings into Game of Thrones. The second you do that is when Lord of the Rings is dead, but we'll see. Like, they say there won't be sex scenes, which is good, but still, there's still nudity. So yeah, let's just go right into our reviews. So Rick and Morty Season 5, Episode 5. We see Rick and Jerry go on like a, not an adventure, just a guy's night, They go to a club. They meet up with some aliens at this club, and we find out in the episode that these aliens just like Jerry for being ridiculous and super cringy. He's just someone to look down upon. Also in the episode, we see Summer and Morty befriend a new guy. They go on a little bit of an adventure. They steal Rick's spaceship, which is not a good thing. But it was a solid episode overall. It was sad when Jerry's wife started to just start shit talking Jerry, just like the aliens. Like, you feel for Jerry this episode. I always feel for Jerry. Like, I think he's just a good guy. He's not the smartest guy, but he's just trying to make his way, have a good time, and love those he loves. But yeah, that's really it for Rick and Morty. I thought it was a super solid episode. But then there's also Bad Batch. With Bad Batch, we go back to Ryloth, where Hera's parents were, they were detained. They have been arrested by the Empire. They're in prison. So Hera calls the Bad Batch, talks to Omega, and tries to get them to rescue her parents. And that scene where she's sending them a message, it reminds me a lot of A New Hope and Princess Leia with Obi-Wan. So that was really cool. I really like this episode a lot. I like seeing Hera. I like seeing Chopper again. Chopper actually goes off in this episode. He actually he starts to just wreck some. He starts wrecking some droids. He wrecks some clones. He kills it. I really like Chopper. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters, low key. We also see Hera flying her ship for the first time, which was really cool. And then I really like the main clone commander in this episode. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but I really enjoy his character. He's starting like his own clone uprising. It's pretty neat. I'm surprised he didn't get killed though. Like, it looks like they just got arrested, him and some other clones. But I'm really liking that character. I hope we see more of him. And then with Crosshair, we see him. Since he couldn't get the Bad Batch or kill them, he's asking for permission by the Empire to fully go hunt them down, which should be, I'd say, the last 4 episodes. There's only 4 episodes left, I believe. I believe this was episode 12. So we have 13, 14, 15, 16. So yeah, 4. So hopefully that's like a main arc, is those 4 episodes. That's what it's looking like it's going to be to me. So I feel like it's going to have a similar vibe to like the final arc of Clone Wars, where it's going to feel like a movie. Like, because the first episode of the Bad Batch was like 45 minutes long. No, it was like 70 minutes long. Was it? Yeah, I think it might have been like 70 minutes long. That's crazy. So I'm hoping like it should just be a 4-episode arc. They don't have to be like 30 minutes each or anything, but I would like the finale to be almost an hour. That'd be cool. But yeah, I look forward to seeing Crosshair go after the Bad Batch and hopefully recruit some bounty hunters to go with him, like Cad Bane, Bossk, Dengar, maybe even Boba Fett. Who knows? Who will finally be able to meet Omega. So that could be really cool. So let's just go right into our reviews though, because that was Bad Batch and Rick and Morty. That's the weekly shows we have. We're almost done with, honestly, both of them. So hopefully we get a new show to talk about here soon. Hopefully Lord of the Rings comes out sooner than later. But don't worry, I'm still going to talk about a lot of movies with you and like all types of things. But yeah, let's get right into the reviews. Alright, so Space Jam: A New Legacy. I don't know if, hopefully y'all have seen it. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I enjoyed this movie overall, but I liked the first Space Jam miles more. I'm not a huge LeBron guy, sorry. I love MJ, and I also kind of feel like they should have made this movie like 5 to 10 years ago when Kobe was still around. I would have preferred to have a retired Kobe get back into the action with the Looney Tunes, but it is what it is. Like, they had a solid story around this. Like, LeBron's son gets kidnapped by an algorithm, who's our main villain, played by Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle was pretty good in this. He's a good villain. It's nice to see Don Cheadle as a villain sometimes. He's usually a hero. So outside of Don Cheadle, some other characters I was obviously a fan of were Of course, the Looney Tunes. Bugs Bunny was unreal in this. I really liked Bugs Bunny in this. He just had some great moments. He was really funny. Yeah, he was the heart and soul of this movie. I like Porky in this. He actually had like a little bit of a rap off. It was really, really fun to see. And then Daffy's always great. He was basically the coach of the team. But yeah, besides from the Looney Tunes, like again, I don't think LeBron was that good in this movie. I didn't really like the game of basketball itself in this because it was based off what his son made as a video game. I'd rather them just play some basketball, you know? But it was cool. It was solid. Again, the only real solid part of this movie was the movie references in my eyes. Like, I really like seeing, like, LeBron dressed up as Robin and Bugs as Batman in the Batmobile, and then Daffy Duck as Superman. Like, it's great. It's some good stuff. Again, LeBron's acting honestly brought it down quite a bit for me, because, like, he just doesn't know how to act. He's a basketball player. But even MJ, like, he could act at least a little bit. Like, he looked like Daniel Day-Lewis compared to LeBron in this movie, but it is what it is. All right, that was Space Jam. So on to Tomorrow's War. That movie was epic. I liked it miles more than Space Jam. Chris Pratt is an awesome leading man now in action movies. It was just a real cool movie to see how, like, what the world would do if an alien invasion came. And these are just scary type of aliens. Like, they're like, it's kind of like zombies in a way. Like how, like a World War Z with aliens, you know? And I wouldn't expect, I mean, I would usually expect an alien movie, unless you're like Alien, like with xenomorphs, to be like these all-powerful overlords who wants to just control the people of Earth, you know? But in this case, they're like hunting you down as food, which is cool to see. So that makes for some really cool action in this movie. I really like scenes between Chris Pratt and the older version of his daughter. I don't know the actress's name, but because when he's in the future, he sees his daughter. When he leaves, she's like maybe 7 or something. So that was really cool. That, like, it hammered on the family quite a bit, like the family element, like kind of like Interstellar. Like, love surpasses time always. It doesn't matter if you're gone for years. If you love that person, it'll just be like, it's instant, you know? It's the only thing that beats time. But yeah, I mean, I just really enjoyed this movie. There's some great action sequences in it. I definitely loved the ending as a whole. I think that had the best action sequence, where it was Chris Pratt and like his dad and many other like supporting characters in this film go to take out the alien spaceship that's like hidden in like frozen tundra in Russia. But yeah, it was really, really fun to see. But I really like that action at the end, because there's one specific scene where it's Chris Pratt and J.K. Simmons, who plays his dad, and J.K. Simmons is awesome in this movie. He's a badass. They take out the queen alien, the queen bee, but for the aliens, you know? It provided an awesome action set piece, like in this frozen tundra. So it's just snow everywhere. The aliens basically mostly white with like a red belly. So it was cool to look at, and then it's just cool to just see like two badass actors in J.K. Simmons and Chris Pratt just basically single-handedly fighting an alien. But yeah, I definitely really liked this movie. I was actually very surprised with this movie. I was not expecting to like it that much, but I was a big fan. But yeah, I think that's really it. Next week, I'm going to bring back the throwback reviews, and we're going to talk about Return of the Jedi to finish our original trilogy reviews. So look forward to that. And yeah, just hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know how I did down below in the comments. And again, I'll see you next week. Have fun, guys.